What's going on today is
Monday, baby.
And as you guys know, every single Monday we come at you, we spit fire, we spit the truth, and nothing but the
truth, baby.
That's my boy, Matt Dizzle, the Whizzle, the Shizzle, the Grizzle. Anyway, today what we're going to talk about is it smarter to be in a relationship or be single when you're trying to make it in the money game? That's what we're going to talk about today. So let me...
I love this. Might ruin some relationships, bro. I don't know.
Listen, I'll be honest with you. I've done it both, and I think... I'll be honest with you, bro. Doing it single is another game. It's another game. So this is the thing. If you are single and chasing the bag, the problem and the challenge is what? What's the problem? You get distracted by wanting to be in a relationship.
I guess, yeah.
And you want to talk to girls. You want to go out dating. You want to meet new people. You're always going out and about. But the other beautiful thing about being single and running it up in your business or in your sales game, whatever it may be, is that you have very little distraction, so to say, when you get home. Like when you get home, there's no one telling you, let me tell you about my bullshit day. Yeah. Let me tell you about my problems today. Let me tell you about the issues today. Yeah. So you got no one to really think about outside of yourself. Or if you're a business owner or a leader or a team leader or a manager, the outside of your team, there's no one else to really think about. You know what I mean?
I think when you're trying to get the bag, there's already going to be stress involved. If you go home to some more stress, possibly, not all the time, because I hope you have a healthy relationship whenever you get a partner, whoever's watching this. But, sometimes
I think,
you go from maybe some stressful stuff, some problems, to more problems.
I chased it when I was single.
It's tough.
And I chased it when I was in a relationship. And I'll be honest with you, being in a relationship gives you that sense of security sometimes. If you're with the right person, that you got it. Like you're good, you don't have to worry about chasing another woman. Because it's very difficult to be chasing money and chasing a girl. Think about that. Like you're chasing the vision of creating a wealth, being rich, being successful, whatever it may be. Yeah. And now you got to sit there also chase a girl. And the girls these days are wild, in my opinion. 2024 chicks are wild. Like
they are.
I haven't experienced it as much, but I hear it in the single community how girls be ghosting people, guys be ghosting people, people be like saying crazy shit, like acting, like it's like an acting school.
Yeah.
And it's like they're playing this game to go on dates, to go to Carbone and go to Gecko, these places. I'm like, what the? It's crazy. Welcome to the world. I mean, listen, this may be only in Miami, but I hear it's going on everywhere. And I feel like social media is making everyone, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I think social media is making a lot of people think they have a lot of options. But in reality, they don't really have that many options. Like, you're not that good looking, number one. You're not that well off financially that you think you are. Like, you think you're making 150 grand, you think you're fucking top shit. Yeah. When someone around the corner is making 250, you think the 250 guy's making shit, there's a guy making 450. You think you're making $1 million a year, there's a guy making $2 million. Yeah. You think you're making top shit. Like, there's always someone doing better than you, and you think you're doing great, but you're really not. And it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. Social media is making everyone think that there's so many options. But in reality, these options don't exist.
Right.
They don't exist. Now, they may exist for you on a Friday night, but they don't exist for you for, your future, for your heart. Because I'll be honest with you, man, it's brutal out there. Like, I've been in the dating scene since last year, and I've been like, patiently looking and talking and here and there, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Yeah. Like, I remember when I was younger, it was completely different. Like, you would add someone on Facebook and have a conversation, but now it's like, you can't, like, sometimes I see guys asking girls for numbers, and the girl doesn't want to give you their number, they want to give you their Instagram. Yeah. Like, why is everyone exchanging Instagram first? Like, that's the game everyone's in. Like, what's your Instagram?
Yeah, I kind of do that myself, too.
Yeah, like, I understand why.
I feel like there's less pressure around it.
Less pressure, Instagram, right?
Less pressure, and you get to see, like,
who they are, what they're about.
A teaser trailer of, what you might be getting.
I mean, can I be honest with you?
Social media is fake with certain things, right? They like to put their best parts of their life, their highlights there, but still.
I'll be honest with you, I probably turned off a lot of chicks. I turned off a lot of chicks from my Instagram because I'm talking about business, I'm talking about interviews. I mean, they may not like that kind of shit. They may be like, oh, this guy's too out there. I don't know. It is what I would love to know. If this is somewhere in the comments, I don't know if it's going to be YouTube, wherever it's going to be. If someone could just let me know what is the perspective. I want to know, what do girls actually think of when they see an Instagram like mine's or Instagram like his? Like, what do you guys think? Like, are you guys thinking, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not, in my Instagram and my videos, I'm not like putting like pictures of myself or, vibe pics or chilling pics. It's mainly professional. It's mainly business and
Which
interviews.
I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's not a bad thing at
Listen,
all.
and that's the thing I want. I want a woman to like that part of me and understand that I'm a business person. I want her to understand and like the social aspect of myself. Like, I'm out there trying to impact people and change the world. Like, I don't need to show you a picture of my fucking biceps. You know what I mean? You want to see my biceps? We have other pictures for that. I should create another app just for like, you know what I'm saying? Go on my dating apps, which is another fucking bullshit. Fucking dating apps. Trash. Listen, not because of the
I've never
matching.
used those, bro. Never.
Huh?
I've never really used.
I mean, I've been
dating apps.
trying it here and there because my friends are like, you gotta try it, you gotta be out there. Like, listen, I'm trying it. It's not that you don't get matches. If you get matches, awesome. I get matches, but the people that are on there, in my opinion, I don't know. I haven't met anyone from one person.
I've always heard some success stories, but
You did?
but I can't relate. Again,
don't
I
know,
don't use those
man.
apps.
I don't know. I don't
At
know.
the end of the day, though, I think if you're single, you should definitely. If you're single and you're in your 20s specifically, you know, right over 18, and you're getting to that age, I think 20s. If you're single, I think you should focus on getting that bag and appreciating that singleness.
Yeah, it
and
depends on what age you're
hitting
in.
your goals, whatever it is that you want to do with your life, getting closer to it, and you'll be proud of yourself.
Well, you could do
Because
both.
then when you could absolutely do both, but this is my opinion. That's if you're single already. And I think while you're building yourself or building your business or whatever your goals are, then I think you're going to attract some good things into your life while you're doing that.
You want to hear something crazy? I just thought about every time I was in a relationship, I made way more money. That's my perspective.
Okay.
Every time I was in a relationship, I made way more money, and I think I know why.
Yeah.
Because that type of that situation is handled. Like, I'm not hunting anymore for a girl.
Interesting.
I'm not hunting for someone. I already got my at that time that I thought was the one or the relationship, right? And I had like a couple of relationships, but I got my person.
Yeah.
So now my mind can go strictly focused on making money.
Yeah.
Now, if you're with the wrong person, it
I
can be a
guess-
very detrimental thing.
Yeah, I guess it depends on your personality type because for me, like, at least with my last relationship, I easily got comfortable. And I was still making my money, still doing my thing, but I was comfortable where I was at because it was just enough to go on dates. It was enough to do these little fun trips or whatever it is. But I wasn't like I could tell myself, yeah, I was hungry, but looking back, no, I was very comfortable.
You got to be a different type of person, though.
Right, but me when I'm single, I'm like, dang, not that I have something to prove to somebody or anything like that, but whoever my next partner is going to be, I'm like, I definitely want
I
to.
see what you're saying,
be able
but
to,
that you gotta have that drive whether you're single or in a relationship.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because
I agree.
if listen, I know for a fact. I'm telling you right
I'm
now.
just talking about, like, my
it's-
case, you know?
Listen, it's easier to get distracted when you're single than it is in a relationship, in my opinion. If you know how to hold your ground and do what you
Yeah.
need to do in that relationship, like
Yeah.
I know there was times in my relationship where I was like, listen, we're not going out, we're focused.
Yeah.
Like, don't call me until like 9 o'clock. I'm busy in the field. Like that was
Yeah.
my mindset. Was it right? I don't know, but that's kind of like I didn't put the relationship as a priority, which was maybe wrong as shit, which is why I'm
Yeah.
single probably right now.
Yeah.
but to me, hitting the bag, hitting my goals was so important
Yeah.
that I did not want to miss out. I did not want to be a 35-year-old with a
Yeah.
family and be broke. I told myself
No,
I'd
of
rather
course.
be single
Yeah.
at 30 years old, 32 years old, and have a lot of money than be a 32-year-old broke guy
No, 100%.
with a family. I don't know. I'm sorry, and this may be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm so happy where I'm at today. I'd rather be single today
Yeah.
and have a lot of money and have businesses growing than be in a relationship and be fucking broke.
I
And
think-
the reason why, I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I cannot imagine being a man and not being able to take care of my family.
No, of course.
Like, I just
That'd be
cannot
brutal.
imagine it. I'll be
Yeah.
fucking petrified every fucking minute of the day.
Yeah.
Like, imagine something happens to me, my kids and my wife are screwed.
What do you
Where-
find? What if you find a partner that's already like, she makes bread?
I mean, I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
I don't think that's important to me. Like, I don't have that in my list. Hey, she needs to be financially
of course.
independent. If she makes her own money here and there, like I want someone that works and does, is an active member in society, not a leech in society.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
going to school, going to work, doing something that's productive in society,
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that. But what I realize is that I'm so happy that the path that I chose was to focus on money and focus on my bag
Yeah.
and not focus on 100% of my relationships.
Yeah.
Listen. Looking back, I'm empty right now. I don't have a wife. I don't have a soul to connect with.
Yeah.
There's an emptiness in that life. To some degree, you're going to be a little bit empty.
Yeah.
But I'd rather be empty in my soul a little bit than be empty in my bank account, because my empty bank account is going to end up being empty bank account and an empty fucking soul.
No, of course.
Because no woman's going to want to be with a man with no money.
That's why. That's why if you're single, that's why I believe or that's my opinion right now. Like if you're single and you're young, work on that bag. There's
Yeah,
nothing wrong
if
with
you're
that.
20 years old, like anything from 18 to 24 years old, I think you shouldn't be thinking about relationship. Because in my opinion,
it'll probably
unless
come
you're a
to
girl,
you.
listen, unless
It'll
you're a girl,
probably
because
come
the
to you.
girls got to look at it a little bit. I'm talking about the guys. The guys,
Yeah.
25 and above. Girls from 21 to 25, you start looking at being with someone because you're probably gonna end up being with someone your age or a little bit older, right?
Yeah.
But and the girls should be chasing the bag as much as the guys do. This is for the guys, gang.
Yeah.
You guys should be. Stop being little bitches and go out there and get the bag before you hit 24, 25. and then you can start thinking about being in a relationship. That's my opinion.
For the dudes out there, like there's just a phase, an era of like just personal development that you have to go through. And yeah, personal
listen,
growth is like a lifelong thing, but
it's better to do it with someone though, if you can. If you can, in my opinion, you can. I'm telling you, I'll give you an example. One horse can pull, let's say, 7,000 pounds. Another horse, a little bit stronger, could pull 8,000 pounds. What do you think those two horses can pull together?
no, a lot more pounds than that. But
Well, how much?
well, I didn't pay attention to
If it was
I just knew it was
7,000,
thousands of pounds.
Thousands of pounds. But if it's 7,000 for one horse, 8,000 for another horse, how many pounds can they pull together?
So 15,000 pounds.
Okay, the answer is 30,000.
Okay.
The reason why is because when you have two people together working together, there's this magical force that helps you pull
Even
double,
more.
triple the weight.
Well, I think you gotta
And
find a
that's why-
partner that's supportive that way, though. Because
100%. When
that's
I
not
say,
easy to find
but
either.
that's what I'm saying. As you're in the dating, see, dating does not cost a lot of money. People may think it costs a lot of money. You don't have
in
to
Miami, forget about
Bullshit. Bullshit. If I'm going on a first date, I can go to a $100 date or a $150 date. Now, it's a little bit more expensive for the average date, I would think, right? Some people spend $300, $500. I'm not spending $500 on a fucking first date. Sorry. That's not my thing. If that's what the girl wants, she can go fuck herself. Straight up on video. Why is that? Who the fuck are you to deserve a $500 date? You may be rich as fuck. I don't care. Doesn't matter. The point is, on a first date, I'm not trying to impress you with money. I want to see who are you as an individual. I want you to know who am I as an individual. And I don't need a $500 steak to fucking impress you. If that's what it takes to impress you, then I'm going to another path. Now, I want a woman that likes nice stuff. I want nice stuff. We all want nice things. But in my opinion, right, if I'm in a dating process, we can go grab fucking ice cream, coffee, pizza, schmizza, a regular restaurant. Doesn't matter. Anything that gives us the time and chance to figure out each other. Yeah. I'm not saying you got to do coffee all the fucking time. Okay, I'm not saying you need to be a cheap ass. But what I am saying, if you're busted broke and you don't have that kind of money, it's okay to start off as a coffee date. And there's a lot of great girls that will love a coffee date.
Yeah.
100%. Coffee date is better than fucking you spending $500 on one fucking girl and you're never going to see her again. Like, what's the point? If she's my girl, listen, we'll spend $1,000 on a date. You're my girl. But you're not my girl. I don't know who the fuck you are. I just met you. Yeah. And that's the mindset you should have as a guy. And the reason why I say that is not because you want to be cheap. It's because you need to focus on, you may need to go on 2, 3, 4 dates that week. You may need to meet 2, 3, 4 people because you don't know who's the one. Once you know someone is a good vibe for you, that's when you make a decision to be with them. But, and listen, us guys will make this biggest mistake.
What if it's like Margot Robbie walking into your life?
I mean, listen, that's what people do. They look at the physical realm. They look at the fake physical realm. Physical
I'm not
shit.
talking about just physical. What if it's a girl that's, might be, very wealthy because of her job or whatever it is, like an actress? Or
That's fine, but why are you looking? There's nothing wrong with looking for someone that's beautiful. Nothing wrong with looking for someone that's very successful. Nothing wrong with that. But like, really? That's the only thing that matters? Think about that. By the way, I want to talk to a pretty girl. Like, I can't look at her and say, I fucked up, man. I can't do that. But she got to be pretty, right? But that's not the main component.
Yeah.
There's emotional and mental components that a lot of people miss out tremendously. In this generation, my opinion, they're missing out on a big component. Emotional intelligence. 99% of people have no fucking clue what that means. Yeah. They have no understanding. They're not even aware of their own emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part. If you're watching this video and you're not aware what emotional intelligence is, you need to go research emotional intelligence. Yeah. Understanding how you feel. Understanding how others feel. Understanding how you make others feel. Understanding the connection between you and another person through emotions. Understanding and being aware of how you how you are on the inside with what ticks you, what makes you move. Like, knowing your emotions and how to understand yourself and being self-aware is extremely vital. And a lot of people nowadays get triggered by anything. You say the word Palestine, you got 1,000 negative comments. You say the word Israel, 1,000 negative comments. I mean, it's crazy. People get triggered by fucking words. People get triggered by fucking conversations that you should have a conversation with someone, not get triggered by that shit. So emotional intelligence, in my opinion, is what a lot of people are lacking. And a lot of times, I'm not saying all, but usually people under 25, their emotions are fucking everywhere. I'm speaking from experience. This does not mean you cannot talk to someone that's 21 years old and have a great relationship with them no, because I've met some great fucking people with some great emotional intelligence and they're very young.
It always comes down to what you want to do with the other person. And I'm on the same boat where you don't have to spend a lot of money on a first date or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to find a genuine partner and have quality time, you can do quality time anywhere. It doesn't have to be a fancy date. And if you really get to like that person, then that's when you can maybe spoil each other a little more. Obviously.
What's the purpose of dating?
But
what's the purpose of dating?
All right, but I'm saying maybe.
No, I'm asking you, what's the purpose of dating?
To see if they're a potential lifelong partner.
That's it. So why would you waste your time if you go on a date, you spend $50, right?
Yeah.
And by the way, if you're working a full-time job, you're hustling, you're in sales, whatever, don't do it. Don't distract yourself on those dates. And don't be sitting there texting all fucking day.
Yeah.
Go do what you need to do, grind your ass off, and then find an hour or two on a fucking Thursday or a Friday or a Saturday where you can go spend that time with that individual to see if they're a fit for you. You got to filter them.
Yeah.
And you're going on a date to see, is this the kind of person I can spend the rest of my life with? Not, can I see them and go have sex with them? Because that's the biggest problem. A lot of people go on dates because they want to have fun, bro. They go on dates because it's fun. They go on dates because they want to get a bang. I'm like, dude, that's not why you... That is a big distraction. But if you're finding a relationship that's going to hold you down, in my opinion, I've been in a relationship and I've been single, and I've made a lot more money when I was in a relationship. And the reason why is because you are grounded a little bit.
Yeah.
You actually spend less money in a relationship sometimes than you are single. It depends on the relationship. Yeah. If you know how to do the relationship right, you'll spend way less because in the dating world, you get fucking bamboozled. How many times girls ask you to pay for their drinks? Think about that. And you guys probably get bamboozled by a beautiful smile. They say, can you buy me a drink? And you're like, oh, I don't want to look like a cheap ass. And you fucking buy them. $50 later, $100 later, you're like, what the fuck happened? She's gone with someone else, right? We all been there, right?
It's me and Sexy Fish the other night.
Are you serious? Oh, we were in Sexy Fish 2 weeks ago.
We went there to Gecko. Oh. $95 on 3 drinks. Welcome to Miami, everybody.
Are you serious? Yeah. Damn, bro. 3 drinks? I spent, what did I spend? I don't drink, but I bought my friend. See the difference? I bought my boy. I got you a drink, and I got 2 of my friends a drink. It was like $130.
That's what I'm saying.
But listen, but that was 3 drinks. But you my friends.
I did the same.
You my friends. I had a girl come up to me. She's like, "Oh, buy me a drink." What'd I say? I said, "I don't buy drinks on the first fucking time." Deuces. I don't fucking owe you shit. Who the fuck are you? I'm gonna get roasted for this. Guys be like, "Yo, you gotta buy drinks for girls." Yeah. Bullshit. Bullshit. You don't have to buy no one nothing. You don't owe them shit. I'm a cheap ass. Great. That's your perspective. I love that. I am cheap on people that want to use me and abuse me. If you my girl, you my buddy, you my friend, I'll buy him as many drinks as Michael. Hook me up. It's my boy. Yeah. Let's go out. I got you. But that's my friend. Yeah. I know him. It's my relationship. I'm investing in that. Some random fucking person. I don't owe you shit, and they don't owe me shit. Right? Now, that's the culture you want to live in. God bless your soul. That's not the culture I want to live in. And if you're single and you're fucking out there spending money on girls and all this bullshit and spending $500 on a bottle, you're stupid, in my opinion. You shouldn't be doing that shit. Right now, it's time to build your fucking wealth. In my opinion, build your wealth before 24, 25. You're single. Stay hungry. Don't worry about all these girls. They're not going to give you anything good anyway. Unless they're a fucking partner and there's someone you could build with, then you can invest your time in. But a lot of you guys make that dumb mistake by chasing tail, and then you wonder why you're 30 years old, still busted broke, because you haven't made the choice.
Yep.
I prioritized money over girls. And some of you guys may have had thousands of fucking chicks. Yeah. God bless you. I focused on having thousands and thousands of dollars. Big difference. Yeah. Right? Money versus girls. Chase the bag, get the money, and believe me, when you have the money, bro, girls are everywhere. They're not going anywhere. And by the way, this is for the guys too.
I'm a big believer in don't chase girls.
I mean, when I say chase, you know what I mean. People texting them, calling them, taking them on dates.
Saying, like work on the bag, but not like
you're chasing no matter what. And as a matter of fact, a guy should be pursuing a woman, right?
Pursuing is different. Like chasing, where it's
whatever you want to use the word, chase, schmaze, pursue, run after, dating.
There's a difference.
What do you mean?
There's a difference between like pursuing a girl.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The chasing is like running after, but I'm talking about this. It's all in the same realm. You pursuing women,
especially when you don't have, your financial life together.
If your finances are not taken care of, you should not be thinking about being in a relationship. You should be figuring out yourself. But if you're single and you have your finances are kind of taken care of, you're just focused on a game plan. You got to pick your battle. In my opinion, you could be. Listen, like I said, I'm gonna say it's okay to be single and make money, and it's okay to be in a relationship and make money. There's pros and cons to it. Yeah. Me personally, I'd rather be in a relationship and make money because I just saw myself make a shit ton more money when I was in a relationship. Personally. Yeah. But that was my situation. This doesn't mean I'm not making money when I'm single or I didn't make money, but I just saw like the hunger and the drive was there. I don't know how to explain it because it wasn't there for me to prove it to her. I never worked my ass off to prove it to anybody. Yeah. Like in terms of a girl. I did it to prove it to myself and to prove to my enemies. Yeah. That's what I was driven by. I was driven by all the hatred that people had, all the negativity, all the bullshit people used to say about me, the principals, the assistant principals, everybody that said anything about me, there's a whole list of people. And I used it as fuel to fucking prove them wrong in my own head. It was a battle between me and myself. Yeah. So a lot of times guys like to prove it to their girl, their significant other. They're looking for that admiration, looking for that respect. Is it awesome to feel that? Yes. But was I chasing that? No. Because in my mind, it didn't change anything for me. Now, does it feel great when a woman admires you and respects you? Absolutely. But is that what drives you? You got to figure that out. So if that's what drives you, then you need to be in a relationship. If that doesn't drive you, then maybe being single is better, you know?
Yeah.
But you got to figure out, there's ways to do both.
It depends where you're at. Again, me, I feel like my past self, definitely being in a relationship wouldn't help me make more money. But with the mindset I have now, it might put a fire under my ass to even make more money.
It might, because she might say,
So-
listen, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Go out there tonight.
Yeah.
What are you fucking sitting here tonight? Go out there. You're like, fuck it. I got to go out there because I want to
Yeah.
prove to my girl that I love her. So maybe sometimes being in a relationship is smart. It all depends, right?
Yeah.
I just think that being in a relationship, you could just pull so much more weight together,
Yeah.
especially if you're on the same page.
Yeah.
If you're on the same page, oh my God. It just,
yeah.
dynamic duo right there. 2-punch knockout if you're with the right relationship,
I think
right?
if you're
And
also
that's,
like maybe tend to be very romantic, it might be also very hard for you. Because I find myself to be romantic, but if you're very romantic, it's like you want to spoil a lot more. You want to do all these dates, and
yeah, you could
again,
do that.
dates don't have to be expensive, but it's like
I'll give you
you
example.
start getting.
I'll give
just
you example. I'll give you
distractions.
example. If you take and write a love letter, does it cost you any money?
Nope.
No. There goes your romance. Making a nice bath.
Yeah.
Setting up little petals of flowers.
Right.
Is that expensive?
Right, but not
$10, bro.
But not everyone thinks that way. That's the thing.
I know, but buying someone a fucking $1,000
And
Gucci
someone
bag.
can say, yeah, like I can do that. And then once in the relationship, they're gonna be like, it's not about buying a Gucci bag, but it's just like, bro, like having 2 dinners every week or something. What you're saying is that's not what you should do.
No,
right?
you could
You're
do
saying, No, I'm saying in terms of finances, you're saying like there's other ways to be
she's
romantic
your
and do all
girl,
these things.
do
But there's
some
some people
nice
that are like,
things.
no, I just like they don't really have much self-control, so they just go on dates every week or whatever, and then that shit adds up, bro.
When I say dates, okay, this is I saw this on
But I'm just
TikTok
saying
the other
there's
day.
people like that.
What does
That's
the
not-
word
I'm
dating
just saying
mean?
what makes it hard when you're.
I know, but let's
doing
talk
that.
about dating. In the beginning stages, what are you doing when you're meeting a girl? You're dating. What does that mean? You're not in a relationship with them. You're not exclusive.
Yeah.
You were in that dating process. You were
Yeah.
going on dates, right, to see, okay, is this person for me, and am
Yeah.
I this person for her,
Yeah.
right? So you're in the dating process.
But I
Can
was talking about already in the
Oh,
relationship.
if you're in a relationship, now
Yeah.
you're all in. That's it.
Yeah.
Doors are closed. No more dating with other people. You're dating with this person, right? Now you got to figure out together. Hey, babe, I make $1,000 a week. Is it? And you make $800 a week. We make $1,800 a week. Is it smart for us to spend $500 on a dinner in Poppy Steak? No. Okay, so let's not kind of do that. Let's
Yeah.
kind of wait for a special occasion.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have those conversations. Now, as
Yeah.
a man, you might feel like a little bitch discussing money with your girl because like, I'm supposed to be bringing money. But there's nothing wrong with opening up your bank account and saying, yo, I fucked up here. This is where you're at. I want to perform for you, baby. I want to show you how I can be amazing at you. What can we do together? And you discussed not in the first month of dating, but
Yeah.
after a couple of months of you already being in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
What's the purpose of being in a relationship? You cannot discuss things openly.
Yeah.
You think all of a sudden when you get married, you're going to open shit up? No, bro. You got to do that early on in the dating stage, in the relationship stage.
That's a great
I'm not
point.
saying the first fucking month you meet them.
That's a great point.
Right? Talking about finances is extremely important. Like, open your fucking account and say, hey, I got $8,000 saved up. You got $1,000 saved up. Babe, my job is to provide and protect. But right now, you're living by yourself. I live by myself. It's maybe it'll be smarter we move in when we're 6 months, 8 months, 12 months into the relationship, whatever it may be. But you discuss those things early on. And you talk about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to tell her everything about every single secret of your life, but finances is important. How you guys,
Yeah, you're
listen,
a team,
if you're a
so-
spender and she's not, you're fucked. Or if she's a spender, you're not. So you got to talk about that and
Yeah.
put boundaries about that. And say, because everyone has emotional boundaries. Everyone has physical boundaries. But nobody talks about financial boundaries.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about, hey, babe, in the next 12 months, I'm looking to buy X, Y, and Z, invest in my business. We cannot spend any money over $500 or what. You talk about that. Nobody does that.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're going to be like this, and I'm going to take her out. I'm going to show her a good time.
Yeah.
And you're fucking busted broke trying to show her a good time, thinking you're impressing her. But in reality, if you just sat down and said, babe, I'm trying to build an empire for us. I'm trying to build our assets. Do you mind if we don't spend $500 on Carbone or some shit and we go fucking, to a local spot and spend $40 instead?
Yeah.
She'd be like, of course, babe. It doesn't fucking matter. The steak is the same anyway.
Yeah.
Now, if it's her birthday, something different. If it's a Mother's Day, something different. If it's a special occasion, something different,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But you don't need to be going out twice or 3 times or 4 times a week just to impress the girl. If that's the case, you're impressing the wrong person.
Yeah.
Talk about your financial situation and be open with that. That is the purpose of being in an exclusive relationship. So you can open up and say, here I am. Here's all the issues I have. Here's all the problems I have. Here's the vision that I have. Here's the challenges that I have. My goal is to help you and serve you. How can I add value to you? Do the same to me. This is where we're at. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
And if you can't do that, you're not in a relationship. What are you in? It's not a relationship.
Yeah.
You're wasting your fucking time.
Yeah.
If you cannot open up, maybe we were the wrong person.
I think some guys will be pretty scared to do that for sure.
Oh, of course. You know why? Because now you got to become vulnerable.
Uh-huh.
And what do girls want? They want a guy that's vulnerable.
Okay.
That's true. But not.
No, that's what they say.
No. They don't want a bitch.
No, I
They
know,
want
I
you to be
know.
vulnerable,
No, no.
emotionally open, right?
Yeah.
There's a book I read called Love and Respect, right? He talks about chairs for the men and couples for the women, right? It's a great book. Everyone should read this book. Everyone should read this book, right? And he talks about hopefully we can have this book somewhere in the YouTube video so you can see it. So love and respect, right? So how does a woman need to feel loved? And men need to feel respected. That's like the essence of the book. And it's the truth, right? Like, we don't really care about love. Yeah, you love me, great. But when you respect me, it's like, wow, it fills my tank up, right?
Yeah.
When you love them, you can respect them all day long. But if you don't love them, they don't
Yeah.
feel like that's their tank, right?
Yeah.
So how do you love a woman? Very simple. Couple. C stands for closeness. You as a man need to be close to her, right? Close. Being close to someone. Not physically, but emotionally close, right? O stands for openness, right? You need to be open with them. Be vulnerable with your emotions, your situations, whatever's going on in the day. Don't just clamp up. Open up. U stands for understanding. You need to listen to them. And don't bring solutions to the problem. A lot of times guys hear the girls talking about problems like, oh, well, you need to do this, you need to do that. Shut up, Bubba. Shut up. All you need to do is just listen and say, wow, that's amazing, baby. I support you. I understand. And just listen with no solutions. And they feel 10 times better, right? P stands for peacemaking. When there's a mistake, you got to say, I'm sorry. Even if you're the first one to say, my bad. You got to be the one that says, I'm sorry, and make peace. They love that, right? L stands for loyalty. The girl needs to feel like they are number one, not number two, number one in the world. Number one, not number two. And I made this mistake because I put my business as number one, and number two was what? The woman. And that was my mistake, right? So what ended up happening? It just made the person feel uncomfortable.
But you answered a question a while
Let me
back.
just finish the last one. So that's loyalty. They need to feel loyal that nobody else matters but them, right? And if you do that, they're never gonna think about cheating. None of that. They don't start questioning that shit because you fucking make them feel number one. They feel loved. And E stands for esteem. You need to build their esteem up, right? Making them feel amazing because women, at the end of the day, they're emotional creatures. That's who they are. And they're sometimes not sure. They have doubts. They have worries. They have concerns, and they worry about how they look. Esteem. Build their esteem up. Build them up. If you do couple, I guarantee you the woman will feel loved 100%.
Yeah.
By the way, I wish I knew this when I was in a relationship before because I didn't.
Then there's the love languages, which is a whole other thing.
Whole other thing, yes.
No,
So, and then we'll go to the guys in a second, but go ahead.
But you had mentioned some time before, I remember, like whether you choose your partner or your business or something like that. Do you remember? I forgot what you said you choose though. Like if you had to choose between your, like
It's a hard
partner
question.
or starting the business all over again, or I forgot what it was.
I told you,
know
I
what I'm talking
chose business versus my partner, and that's why I lost my partner. Because whichever one you choose, whichever one you make number one is what you keep.
So is that if you made the right choice?
In my situation, I made the right choice because the person wasn't for me, which is why I didn't make the number one because
Yeah.
I knew that it weren't for me. But in a situation now where I would be, I wouldn't put my business first. I'll put the person first. If I find the one right now, wherever she's at, I could be talking to her right now. I don't know. Maybe I just bumped into her yesterday. Who knows? I don't know where she's at. But if I find the one that's for me, my wife, I'll put my wife number one, and my business second.
I mean, once you're married, for sure. The wife.
Because I think the business can survive still with putting it second. You can still make the business survive. You can't make a relationship survive. A relationship with another human being is so much more fragile than a business. A business, you could put a CEO there, you could put a manager there, you could put people there, you could figure it out still.
Yeah.
But I think the relationship aspect, I think, is number one. And I made that mistake.
Yeah.
I can gladly say that was one of my mistakes. But it turned out okay because here I am today, learning from mistakes and and it's a blessing.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, that's that. And then the last thing is for men. How do men feel respected? A lot of women fuck this shit up, but it's chairs. Right? C stands for conquest. You need to understand that a man needs to conquer. He needs to go out there and hunt. That is what he wants to do. He wants to conquer shit.
Yeah.
His work is important to him. His priority is business. His priority is work. That's what makes him feel amazing. That's why he does it, because it's part of his DNA. Right? H stands for hierarchy. A man is there to provide and protect. That is literally his role. He likes to be in that hierarchy role. That's what he's about. It's about protecting you and providing for you.
Yeah.
Let him do so. Right? Let him do so. A stands for authority. A man wants to lead. Let him lead. Some of these feminists don't understand. Like, the world, in my opinion, is fucked up because it is feminist thinking. Thinking that a woman should let the man lead. It's authority. That's what men are driven to do. They want to be led.
Yeah.
They want to lead the woman. They want to lead the family.
Yeah.
Let him. Because if you want to lead, he'll step back, and guess what? You won't have a man there. Let the man lead. And you might say, well, what if a man doesn't lead? Give him a chance. You clipped his balls already for so many years. Now you got to fucking revive those balls, in my opinion, right? A stands for authority. I stands for insight. A man wants to learn and teach and preach to the family and teach the woman and the children new things that they learn. That's what the job of a man is, to teach the family, right? If you think about the olden days, the man was teaching the family. There wasn't barely any schools back in the day. The man came home and taught, right? That's what it was done. With the woman help. Man taught the family the rules of life, right? Because men want to always give insight. And R stands for relationship. Men are looking for a best friend, right? Someone to call a best friend, to connect with, to have a relationship with. It's very important for a man. Why do you think men always have to hang out with other men? Because we like to get buddy.
Yeah.
Let's go fishing together.
Yeah.
Let's go drink beers together. Let's go have a blast together. That's what it's about. It's about relationships, about having a good time. Like, let's go chill, right? Chilling, what is chilling? About hanging out with your boys, right? So that's important. And then S stands for sexual intimacy, right? It's very important to not say no about that. Men are driven by that. It's who we are. And if you say no, I mean, you just fucked it up, right? We don't feel respected. Because we're like, wow, you don't want to do it with me. Why not?
Yeah.
Right? Now, listen, I haven't had that issue, but some men have that issue sometimes, right? Where the woman says no to them. It depends. And by the way, guys, you got to take responsibility for that. You're fucking up somewhere, right? Now, by the way, by no means am I talking about these things as if I'm a fucking relationship guru, because I am not. These are all opinions. These are all lessons and blessings that I got from my own life. I'm still fucking figuring these stuff out, but I'm reading these amazing books, and it comes out so fucking juicy. And I'm like, shit, I fucked up here. Man, my dad and my mom didn't teach me this crap. But that's the mindset of chairs and couples. So anyway, my opinion is this. If you're in a relationship, stay in that relationship. If you're single right now, stay single and try to get into a relationship if you can, because you do need it at the end of the day. It may help you out.
I wouldn't break up with a partner to chase
No,
the bag.
please don't do that. Please don't. Listen, if you know you're with the
Unless they're like a terrible person.
Listen, if you are in a relationship right now and you know it's not for you and you need help to clip it, I give you permission to clip it.
Yep.
I'm actually ordering you to clip it. Okay, go fucking clip it, because I needed that, bro. I should have done it earlier. I didn't do it because I didn't have the balls. I didn't have the courage to let go, because I don't like to give up.
You get comfortable.
Comfortable. You feel like it's you can make things better. You want to make it work. You want to figure it out. It's like I wish someone told me this fucking video said clip it. I was like, you know what? You're right, Michael. Thank you for the sign, right? You're looking for signs? There's your sign. Clip it. But if you're in a great relationship and you know you can make it work, go fucking work on it, right?
Yeah.
Don't make the same mistake that I did and deprioritize the relationship. Prioritize the relationship and then focus on your back. You can do both. You can't do both. You can. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And as you guys know, we spit fire every single Monday, and we'll see you guys
on the next one, baby.
the next video, baby.